Moonstone.com, and I'm sitting here enjoying a glass of wine, or I'm about to, and it occurred to me that there were 3 internet marketing lessons involved with this very glass of wine that I could share with you that you might find interesting. Let me tell you how I came to get this wine. This wine's from Moonstone Cellars in California, and I came to know about Moonstone Cellars from a friend of mine, Cliff Ravenscraft. You may know him as the podcast Answer Man. I was listening to Cliff's podcast the other day, and he had a guest on that also has a podcast, as he often does, named Todd Clift. Todd Clift is the winemaker at Moonstone Cellars, and so I really enjoyed the podcast, and I thought, wow, I think I'll go check out their website and learn something about Moonstone Cellars. I was impressed with the website. I was also impressed with the interview, and I decided to order some wine and eventually join the wine club. So that's internet marketing lesson number 1, and it's something that Pat Flynn has been talking about quite extensively since Blog World, this idea of be everywhere. You never know exactly where your customers are going to be, so be everywhere so that you can touch as many people as possible and really kind of get lined up with your target audience and collect up a community. And speaking of community, that's internet marketing lesson number 2 that you can see from what Todd Clift is doing. When I got my wine in the box shipped from California to Texas, I got this really cool newsletter. Now you may be thinking, well, that's obvious, but when you read the newsletter, you find about all kinds of things that are going on at the winery and kind of stuff that they're doing around there. There's some, an article about how to pick pumpkins and so forth, because this is sort of their fall newsletter. This is really great because it gives me some kind of behind the scenes feel for the winery, and it also it's a build community thing. And so that's internet marketing lesson number 2 that you can learn from Todd and Moonstone Cellars is you want to build community. It's really critical. That's going to be the difference, that trust and community. That's what's going to convert into sales for you. So the other thing, internet marketing lesson that you can learn from my purchase of wine from Moonstone Cellars is this cool recipe card. You know, this is kind of a funny thing. It's a recipe for a stew. It's kind of laminated, and it looks yummy, by the way. And it's neat because I wasn't expecting it. It was a bonus, essentially, a little something extra that I wasn't really quite expecting. And it's neat because he also tells you exactly which one of his wines would go best with the stew. And he also says that this is recipe card number 30. Now that immediately has me wondering, where in the world is recipe cards 1 through 29? I want to go find those, see what I can do to find those other recipes. So that generates interest, and it's also, the main thing for that 3rd lesson is include a little something extra. Go above and beyond with your internet marketing clientele. Make sure that you're delivering that something they weren't expecting. So this is a kind of a neat wine. It's a Cabernet Franc blended with a Merlot, and they call it Franco, which is kind of cool. I'm not a big Cab Franc person, but this is a really nice wine. I don't know how well this is going to come through in the video, but the color of this wine is just absolutely stunning. It's really rich looking. Of course, the Riedel stemware helps all wine look good, and it's got a really nice nose. It's got a kind of nice level of alcohol to it, but behind that I get a lot of fruit, maybe some plum. It's definitely got plum on the front end, and it even mentions on the bottle a hint of chocolate on the back end. I get that as well. This is really an outstanding wine. So I recommend Moonstone Cellars to you, not just for their wine, which is truly fantastic. In fact, this Franco was a gold medal winner at one of the contests out there in California. But I also recommend you take a look at what Todd Clift is doing with his business, because there are lessons you can learn there and apply to your own business. Hope this has been helpful to you. I'm going to go enjoy my glass of wine. Have a great day. I'm Mark Mason from MasonWorld.com, and here's to your success.
Building your business one night at a time.